is Brian Davis, aka Bakuda. I am a composer, I am a filmmaker, and I am a game enthusiast. And I'm trying out something new today. So, for the last 2.5, almost 3 years, I have been streaming the first half of that time on YouTube Gaming, and then halfway through that, about a year and a half ago, I made the transition over to Twitch. And I absolutely love Twitch. It's a great platform to stream games and to build a community and to have a lot of fun. But gaming is not the most important part of my life. It's not even the biggest part of my life. Music has been my passion for years and years and years. It's something that I love. It's something that I cherish. It's something that I want to do as a career. And I mentioned filmmaking before. It's something that I'm just now starting to get back into. Film has been another thing that has always been an interest to me, and I have been messing around with cameras and doing small little films just of myself for years, ever since I was in high school. And I got my first camera. But lately, the last 5 years, I've built up some equipment, much of which I've used on the stream here, and I have been endeavoring to. Well, look, you can see me in the background. let me just get rid of that. There, that's a little better. But anyway, over the years, I've been collecting different pieces of equipment and just doing more with it. And now I'm endeavoring to. I've started a blog, and I'm endeavoring to do more with that. And so this. I know I'm streaming right now, but this will eventually go on YouTube. So I'll just say this YouTube channel is really all about me and those three loves of my life: music, filmmaking, and gaming. And this is the first part of that music bit. With this series, which I will stream live on Twitch and then export to YouTube once a month. Every month, I plan on choosing a different video game track, something that I love, something that is just, it really reaches out to me as a lover of games and lover of music, and endeavor to create a cover of that. My style is normally orchestral, but I do have tools that give me many different world instruments, rock instruments, so rather multi-genre. So while the core of my compositional skills are in orchestral composition, I think that we can experiment and do more with a few things. For instance, today we are starting Ballad of the Windfish. I thought that was appropriate. As you can see, I'm wearing my shirt with Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening coming out the last a couple weeks ago. And by the way, I have been loving this game. This is my first time playing Link's Awakening. Even as a Zelda fan, I never got around to playing Link's Awakening. I did play the Oracle series when it came out, and I was in high school, I believe, when Oracle came out. But anyway, never got around to playing Link's Awakening. So if you want to check out my playthrough with Link's Awakening, check it out on my Twitch channel. If you're on YouTube, I'll leave linked on the down in the description. But yeah, I am loving this game, and I've heard Ballad of the Windfish, and so I want to give it a shot here. Neela, hope you're having a good day. I am having a good day. Thank you so much for dropping in. How are you doing? And this is something I always ask during my Zelda streams. So since this is kind of a Zelda stream, I will ask you, Neela, what was your first Zelda game, and what is your favorite Zelda game? And while I'm waiting for that, let's jump right into the music here. Head over here. Which, by the way, I hope you like my my temporary studio setup here. Temporary because I am in the middle of a move. So we moved from Missouri to North Carolina, and staying somewhere temporarily for a few months until we can get into our permanent home. And so I've kind of built in this little corner of a bedroom my makeshift studio, and I should have a dedicated studio once I get to where we're going. So, but for now, this will work. And you know what? I like it. I like it enough. So let us see. I already have preloaded in here. I work in Logic, and so I already have preloaded in here a piano. I use East West Quantum Leap Creative Cloud. It's $20 a month and gives you many, many, many high quality samples across multiple genres. And I never have enough money at one time to be able to really invest in sound libraries, and so this gives me an opportunity to have many wonderful sound libraries at once. I do, however, own symphonic orchestra and symphonic choirs, so I purchased those before I got Composer Cloud. And when I load up a piano, and I always do this when I start a composition, I load up a piano on the very top, and I do that just because having a piano to work with is very nice. If you need to work on chording, or if you need to work on melodies, if you just need to figure a few things out musically, the piano is the go-to place to just go and figure that out and work through some things. And so I always load a piano up on top. I always load the Steinway piano from Symphonic Orchestra because it's a decent piano, but it's very lightweight. East West does have some marvelous pianos in their piano collection, 4 beautiful pianos that are just amazing. And if I want a dedicated piano in my piece, like if my whatever I'm composing, if it has a piano in it, I will load one of those pianos. But if I am not planning on having a piano in my piece, I will stick with this one just because it's lightweight, it's not going to take much. And let me get rid of my phone here. So, anyway, Ballad of the Windfish. We have a very simple lyrical line, which goes something like, "Hey, Foxy, how you doing? Good to see you, Foxy. I'm a little late today. I know I'm a little late, but you know what? There was a lot to set up. I was late this morning, so I had to. I got up at 4:30 because our friends that we're staying with right now, they were flying out, taking a trip, and so I was like, hey, it's you to lift to the airport. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, what time are you leaving? Oh, 4:30 in the morning. Great. So I got up at 4:30, took them to the airport, got home about 5 o'clock, and slept till about 10. So my days just kind of shifted forward an hour. But anyway, first Legend of Zelda NES favorite is Ocarina of Time. Excellent. My first game was also Legend of Zelda on the NES. Wonderful game. My favorite is Breath of the Wild. Up until Breath of the Wild, my favorite was Link to the Past. Beautiful game. But Breath of the Wild, I think, is amazing. Yo, Destroy! He's in actual room instead of a void of video game background. What witchcraft is this? Yes, you are seeing my actual little makeshift studio here. Haven't played. Oh, the newest game, Neela, is it's unbelievable. I'll just say that. You need to, if you liked the original Legend of Zelda and Breath of the Wild, they really did a lot to go back to that original game, and especially with exploration. There is absolutely zero hand-holding. They will give you hints on where you need to go, but the number one focus of Breath of the Wild is exploration. Okay, it's spoopy, isn't it? I don't know about spoopy. I've seen playthroughs you really want. Oh, you should try. Okay, so music. Windfish, you have a line that goes something like this. I'm no piano master, so forgive me. And I worked through the chords a little bit before I went live, and so the chords I would like to use would be something like this. So again, forgive the errors. I'm not a musical expert, but I do know my way around a piece of music enough to be able to compose something. So there will be mistakes. I'm not a concert pianist by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, so now the big question here is what instrumentation do we want for this? And I was thinking about this. I was thinking maybe something a little island. And guys, feel free, if you have suggestions, if you have things you want me to try out, or if you have say, hey, well, let's try it with this instrument. Feel free to shout it out and let me know. and we will experiment together. Okay, so let us get get another instrument on here. I was thinking some kind of flute to start this off, because we are on Koholint Island. So sticking with an island theme, I thought it would be nice to have some kind of ethnic sounding flute. I don't know which one yet, but we're going to go through. We're going to experiment. This is always one of the hardest parts of starting a new song, starting a composition, is finding the instrumentation, figuring out what instruments we want. Sometimes it'll take me hours just sitting through here, sifting through instruments, trying to find the perfect thing that I want for whatever it is that I'm doing. Destroy. If I remember correctly, I didn't own a Zelda game of my own until 3DS remake of Ocarina of Time. That or the Four Swords Adventure version on the eShop. So a little late to the Zelda game, but hey, that's just fine. Okay, let me see here. So we're going to go up to browser. Bring this over here so you guys can see it. And let's see. Let's check out Raw and Silk are two instrument libraries that have a various amount of world and ethnic instruments. Raw dealing with much of the Middle East, and Raw, R-A, as in the Egyptian Raw. Silk deals with the Orient, and so one of my favorite instruments in Silk is the daisy, which is the Chinese flute. Let me give you an idea of what that sounds like. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've actually been using it a lot in some of my recent compositions. Beautiful, beautiful sound there. I was aware of the series, had seen the videos, and played Ocarina of Time on the emulator, but never owned the series better than I was with Metroid, where I knew nothing of the series outside of Smash until the GameCube. I knew a little bit about Metroid, but I hadn't really done much with Metroid, so I've tried it. It's kind of similar to a pan flute. Look up a daisy, D-I-Z-I. It's that traditional Chinese or Japanese flute that you might hear. Oh, are you saying... Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hey, it's Leah.
There are lights in the doorway.
There are lights in the doorway.
Interesting. I just want my headphones.
Oh, you want your headphones? They're over here.
Kindly give those to me. I would appreciate it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Bye, Leah.
Bye.
Leah was streaming with me last night, and she had her headphones in here, so she wanted them back. Hi, Leah. Bye, Leah. Are you suggesting pan flute for the instrument? I was thinking something along pan flute, so we'll see what we have. But that actually might work. That actually might really work. I really like that. Let's switch our labeling up here so that we know we're on the daisy. I'm gonna keep that there because I might use that. But let's open up a different instrument here and let's look for a pan flute. Just out of curiosity, see. I like this sound to me. I do too. I really do too, Neela. I might stick with that. I had a feeling I might go with this going into the stream. But let's go over here. Let's go to the database and let's just type in pan flute and see what we can find. Okay, there are a few pan flutes available in the raw library. So, okay. Oh, that's on Goliath. I don't have Goliath, but I do have raw. Okay, let's go to the raw library and see where that's at. Maybe in India? No. Africa? There's no flute instruments in Africa. Oh, it's in America. Okay. Okay. Fingering on that's a little weird. That's pretty cool as well. It maybe needs just a little bit of reverb. Let's go in here and do we have reverb on raw? Each instrument light. Oh yeah, there is reverb right there. There, that sounds a little bit better, a little bit less harsh with that cutoff. I always miss that one. So it does have that kind of what you might think of something that would be played on an island. But I will be honest, I am partial to that Daisy. I think we're going to stick with the Daisy. I do like that. I like that a lot better. So we've got our instrument there. Okay, so I'm just going to load up really quickly. And I kind of like that tempo that I was going. Gotta watch that note. Okay, so I'm going to open up this app that I have called, let's see if I can find it, Cadenza. And Cadenza has a metronome. It's just a multi-use music app that apparently doesn't work with the latest version of iOS. Thanks a lot, Cadenza. Great. Okay, I guess I'm not going to open up Cadenza. Oh, why must you do this to me? Okay. Let's see, is there an update? We have a cat. Let's see if anybody else is having a problem with this. I hope that they don't take away my app because this is such a great app. I've been using this app for years. It's a great tuner. Last updated 2 years ago. Psh, great. It looks like I need a new music app, guys. That's sad because I love this app, but it hasn't updated in 2 years. So it might be time to say goodbye to Cadenza, guys. Yeah, because it's not opening. Okay. So, gonna have to do this. Yeah, Daisy sounds better. I agree. I do agree. I'm glad that you agree. Okay, let me. So what I was trying to do is a metronome app. You can tap the beat that you want, and it'll tell me what your tempo needs to be. But I need a new metronome app now. So let's take a search here. Metronome. Pro metronome. You know what? We're going to get it for now, and then I'll do a more extensive purchase once the stream is done. Okay, there we go. We'll let it download, and then I can find my tempo. I don't like the looks of this app, but it's just going to give me something fast. So, Neela, tell me a little bit about yourself. Are you a musician yourself, or just a lover of music, or what is it that brought you into the stream today? Meanwhile, the metronome is loading. Okay, here we go. So da 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 dum da da dum da 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 dum bum. Hey, guess what? Coming out right about 120, which is where it is, which is the default. So that worked out beautifully. Okay, so let's try and track this flute here, and there will be an intro later. I normally don't write my intros first, and unless there are times, I don't know, each composition is different. But I'm just going to start by playing this melody on the Daisy here, and we'll go from there. And I think we might add in a harp next. I don't know. Okay, so we had one note that was a little bit harsh there. This is the piano roll. And you can use this to see where the notes came in. And that note right there is harsh, a little harsh. But that's one of the ways that this library catches the realistic qualities of the instrument. If you strike a note hard, with this one, if you strike it really hard, you'll get a trill. But if you strike it somewhat hard, you'll get that harsh attack, which is characteristic of the daisy. But we are going to come up here and use our velocity tool, and we can take the velocity of this note down, make it much less harsh there. I love music, but I am not very good with instruments. I've tried to teach myself piano, and I've played the Glock. Glockenspiel is a very nice instrument. The portable xylophone milled. Yep, when I was in Air Cadets. Oh, that's cool. I honestly just found you by random. Oh, cool. Well, happy to have you here with us. Okay, so let's see how that sounds. Nice. Okay. Now, one thing you can do if you want perfection is you can come up here and quantize. You can quantize by any note, and what it'll do is it'll snap everything to that beat. So I think we're safe quantizing to the 8th note here. Yes, and notice that moves everything into, so it's perfect. However, use quantization. Am I saying that right? Quantization? Wisely and sparingly, if you can. Because what you do is you lose the humanistic touches that come with playing an instrument. Because no human can play an instrument perfectly. Even an orchestra that sounds like it is right on the beat is going to be, every player is going to be slightly, ever so slightly off. So we're not going to quantize this. What I'll often do is I will quantize my percussive instruments because they do really need to be on the beat. If a percussive instrument's off, it really, you can tell. But my melody lines, my melodic lines, I usually won't quantize them because the little variances in the beat, the little errors there, it makes it more believable and more realistic sounding. Yo, Zax, how you doing? Very pretty so far. Thank you so much. What are you up to, my friend? Okay, so I think next I'm going to bring a harp into this. And let's see. So I'll come over here to the browser. I had a water over here. Where'd my water go? Oh, there it is. Don't have my usual water glass, but I do have a bottle of water. But I'm just going to spill all over myself, apparently. The creator of a song can play it perfectly at least once. This is very true. This is very true. Okay, so let's see. We are going to... I said I was going to do a harp. I found a loophole so I can be here. What's your loophole, Zax? Okay, let's see. One harp. So there is a harp library, which is Hollywood Harp Gold. And we're just going to go with the pluck here. It's going to need a little bit of... So let's put our close mic. So one of the things that a lot of the East-West libraries do is allow you to have different microphones. Move this over here. So you can... So I've got the close mic here. And our mid mic. Oh, wait, no. There we go, this one right here. So it's going to allow me to mix these two and create a nice sound. Going to turn up that reverb there. Might take that close mic a little bit down. Okay. I think we want to be a little bit lower. Need to watch my key here. Okay. It's a little on the quiet side, isn't it? It's okay. You know, I've been, ever since I got Hollywood Harp, I've been trying to figure out which harp I like better, this one or, I don't know, there's just something about the harp that comes in symphonic orchestra that I love, and I don't know why, but you guys tell me, which harp do you think sounds better? Because there was that one, and then there's this one, which I believe is an older file, but it's almost 5-year time zone. Hopefully not much longer for you. Oh, wow. So what time zone are you? Because it's almost 4 for me, and I'm on the East Coast. This is a podcast about composing music. Aha, so you can listen to music and podcasts at work. So it's a technical loophole. Ha ha ha. That is good. You're Atlantic as well. So am I. So, or is that... Oh, wait a minute. No, that is one. I don't know. I'd have to look at a time zone map. I've always been a fan of this harp over the other harp. I don't know why. I need to see what other composers say about it, but I'm going to stick with this harp for now. I am, yeah, okay. So yeah, that is the, okay. I thought it might be something like that. Yes, I would imagine it would be Canada. Yep, there we go. Okay. We solved the mystery. Find loopholes all the time and unintentionally breaking stuff. Okay, so let's see. How do we want to piece this together? Do we want to... I'm not sure what we are, Zax. I'd have to look it up. And it's going to change once the times... or the... Once we change time... Daylight savings, that's what it's called. Time change. Okay. Oops. Okay. I might take that down to 15. 115. Let's try that. Oh no, it stays there, that's right. Okay, so let's try that. They wouldn't give you a day's salary of a doctor when I clocked in as one by accident. Oh, that's sad. Okay. And of course, I always screw it up when I get. I always screw it up once I get to that point. So many times I have to re-record. This is why I did not do a music stream for as long as I did, because I hate screwing up all the time. But this is the reality. You keep doing things over and over and over until it sticks, until you get it right. Nobody's perfect, and it's embracing my imperfections. I should say, just in general, I think it's by embracing your imperfections that allow you to grow as a person. And so I am here embracing my imperfections to grow as a composer. I hope. I liked that. That was good. Let's listen to that again. Nice. Okay, that's a good beginning. Okay, we'll see you later, Zax. Thank you for popping in. Okay, so we've got a good beginning here. Technical glitch. Did we have what kind of technical glitch did we have? Didn't see a technical glitch. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. You know what? I'm going to take this, now that I'm looking at this, I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you can see the piano roll a little bit better. You don't need to see my picture as much as you need to see what's happening on screen. So I think that will look a lot better. Judging where to put me on this screen has been a little difficult. And this is our first, music stream, we're still figuring things out. We are still figuring things out. Zach's being able to sign in as someone else was a technical glitch. Yes, I see what you're saying. Technical glitch on Zach's part. Yes, very much so. Okay, so now the question is, where do we go from here? In songwriting, the second verse is always the hardest verse to write because you've got your beginning, and now where do you go? And we're kind of in that point here where we've got something to start, and I might actually make this my beginning. Bring that harp down. I don't like this. I thought I would like that little step down, but I think it gets in the way. Let's listen to it again. Let's go back a little bit more. That's better. Okay, now I like where we're going here. Hit a quick save. Do we want to come in with like a violin next? And maybe do a violin flute duet. And do we want to repeat this or go on to the next part? Let's see. Let's bring in a violin. And I do have a violin that I love to work with. Let's see. Pull this down a little bit. And it is in a library called Gypsy, which is a beautiful library of, what you would imagine a gypsy troupe might have. There's a lot of neat things like a flamenco guitar. Let's see what this sounds like here. So some guitar chords there, and then a lead guitar if you want to have some. Gypsy, why are we talking about my dog? So yeah, that I'm not very good at flamenco guitar on the keyboard, but you can get the idea that it's a really neat. And there's a Spanish steel guitar, but we don't want that. There's a trombone in here for some reason. I have no idea why, and an accordion, but we don't want that. We want the violin. And while I do have some wonderful violin samples that are more of your traditional classical music violins, especially ensembles, this is beautiful for solo violin. I think this is one of the best solo violins that East West has put out, and it is just gorgeous. Let me load it up really quickly. These are rather large files, and so it takes a lot to load them up. And I have 500 gigabytes of files on an external hard drive going to my laptop through USB 3. Yes, I know I'm still using a laptop. Actually, this has been a beast of a laptop. It's a 2013 MacBook Pro Retina. 16 gigabytes of RAM and CPU. I'm not sure. Pretty decent CPU, quad core. But the weakness is the graphics card. And that's nothing I can switch out. And so I'm really hitting some limitations with the graphics card. But and you can hear where the violin kind of switches over there. Unfortunately, strings, and in particular the violin, is one of the hardest instruments to replicate. It's just the violin is so unique and has so many unique characteristics and things that make it so lush and full and vibrant that it's hard to replicate that. And so there are some very good, albeit expensive, violin samples out there, which I don't have. But this is not bad. This works for our purposes. So let's see. How do we want to go about this is the question. Or do we do, there are times where I'll try something, I'll go with it for half hour, and then I'll just decide to trash it because I don't like it. So let's see. Let's listen to this again. I think I do want to go on with the next part. And how is it that goes? I can't remember how this part goes. I know I'm butchering this. I'm going to have to listen to this. Which I have it right here. I'm going to take a quick listen to this here. Dogs barking in the background. Yes, there are dogs. Actually, one dog in particular barking in the background. Nothing I can do about that, so I'm just not going to worry about it. So this is the track from Link's Awakening, and I just want to hear the melody of the second part so I can get that in my mind. That's what it was. So da. Is that it? Ah. I think that was it. Let's see. Nope, I was totally off. Wrong key. Is that it right there? I've got a beautiful harmony in there, but it's throwing me off. Ah, that's what I was doing this before, so it's... Okay, there we go. And that's great. Is that it? I think that's it. So it's... So let's see if I've got that right. Okay, so yeah, we got that down. So it's that part after that. Okay, so... I'm missing something here. I'm still missing something. Let's see. Is that it? Okay, so it's close. I don't know if it's exactly right, but it's close. That... I think it's this. No. Let's listen to it again. Dun, da, 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 da. Let's play along with it. Okay, learned a few things, so. Okay, I think we're confident enough in that. It's okay, so the next part goes like this then. Nah, let's try that again. Okay, next part goes like this then. Okay, we got it. Took me a minute to get there, but we got there. Okay, so let's see how this sounds on the violin and how maybe we can transfer over from that daisy over to the violin. So. And how does it sound on the daisy? That last part's kind of cool, but I think that the violin is going to carry this one. I'm going to get her with that foot pedal. So I got to find a way to switch that, so. There we go, that little switch there. So what I'm doing is, you think of a violin, and you only have so much bow before you have to change. And you're going down, you're going to run out, and you got to change and start going up. And you can hear in this note. There it is. So did you hear that where it changed back? Problem is, when you're playing a violin, you want to change with the beat. So let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you're playing, when you change that beat, it's less noticeable because there is a slight little break when you make that change. So what I do, I have a sustain pedal down here, and if you'll notice, when I'm pushing down that sustain pedal and I let go of the key, it keeps playing. So what I'm going to do is do my own switch. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It kind of has that little bit of a. But if we do it just right. Because otherwise it'll sound like this. Which actually, that's not horrible. I think we can make it work. So let's start right here. Let's start with the right note. Let's start with the right note. Again, I'm not a perfectionist here. Okay, so there were a few errors in there that we can fix here in the piano roll editor. Let's listen to that. Right there was one. Accidentally hit that key. I don't know. It seems like it's a little off on my timing. This right here, da 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 dum. Go away. Yeah, this seems a little. Let's play around with this rhythm here, and get you. No. Just one. Maybe bring the velocity down on this a little bit. Bring this over here a little bit, and let's listen to that. Okay, Neela, hey, thanks to you for dropping in and for chatting a little bit. Hope to see you again sometime soon. I'll be streaming tomorrow night, streaming Ni no Kuni, so if you want to come check it out, we'd love to have you. Okay, yeah, something's off here. Maybe I'll just try re-recording that part. So let's just delete this, because there's something about the timing there that I don't like. Okay, I already got that. So okay, let's re-record that part. Okay, let's see how that turned out. That works for now. And let's see, can we get a neat little harmony in with the daisy? So how are we going to do this here? I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know, maybe we'll just leave it at that for today, because I am out of time. Again, guys, I started this stream a little bit late, so I had limited time, but hey, we did get a start. We laid down some bare bones of what we want. We've got the daisy with the harp there and the violin getting going. I know it doesn't look like much, it didn't sound like much, but at least you saw what I do to kind of get started in a piece and a little bit of my process here. Let's take a listen to this one more time. Okay, so we got a good start. So we'll pick this up again next Tuesday. I will be on time next week. So again, sorry for being late. But yeah, you guys, if you have any suggestions, anywhere you'd like to see me take this, hop into Discord and let me know. Or if you're on YouTube, throw a suggestion down in the comments. But I'll be back here on Tuesday. And we will continue this compositional journey. So, yeah, that'll be next week. And until then, hey, we'll see you guys later.